Hello everybody, this is Zigzag Zog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and I am back from my holiday, and this is that first recording session since returning, and I'm getting familiar again with our situation here, and boy, it's not pretty. We are getting bombed to death by a hard-to-kill Abaddon, and we have a base that is looking like what? Research, storage, containment, med bay already destroyed by the bombing of this Abaddon. In fact, with that containment being damaged, I'm going, good thing we lightened the load by turning some of these Pandorans we had in capture into mutagens, because the reduced capacity has not affected us from the bombing so far. So that's good news. And the storage that's damaged, well, we had a second one, I think at our Phoenix, Alaska base is where I built it. So the bombing overall, other than not being able to afford to fix it, is not hindering us too much. So we have all our ships in this area converging on Fort Heinlein here, and that's what we're going to continue. We also have the contaminant poking around over in the Americas, and that's our situation right now. Now there is something new to let you all know about, and it's in our personnel department. We're going to pop on down here. If I can scroll down. Yeah, I can remember how to scroll even after vacation. Look at that. We have a promotion for one, and it kind of reintroduces you to the team that's sitting in Phoenix, Asia, ready to take on the assault coming our way. Let's give Attilio Bertoldi, let's get him his promotion. Level 3 mutoid, not bad. He's our technician mutoid. So let's get going here. We have, what do we have as far as options? Well, as far as for a technician, I'll tell you right here, we need remote control. That's kind of important for a technician. Got to be able to remote control those turrets to make them as effective as possible. Now, as far as Pandoran skills, what do we want to add here? We picked up poison worms with Utakeda on this level 3. Maybe we want to try something more unique and different. And I'm thinking mutant days, nah, not big deal. Injecting strike. Well, you got to be close enough to strike. Same with siphon attack. And I don't know if restoring hit points works on mutoids. I imagine it should or would, but you know, the one that intrigues me that I've never tried before is Confusion Cloud. If anybody's getting close, we're going to confuse them and reduce their speed by 75%, at least to any organic enemy targets. I guess that eliminates the pure as an option. And I'm just going to pick that one to try something new. What the heck? Okay, and there is one more surprise here in this base. And let's back out. And we recently picked up, I think it was just last episode, an Aspida. And normally when we get vehicles, we go through, people start offering up their naming suggestions for a vehicle like we did, like we're in the midst of doing with our Helios. We still have our polls out there, I think. Well, I don't know. They may be done by the time this episode releases. I don't know. But normally we have naming polls for the new vehicles. Well, we had a different suggestion by a viewer out there, and we're going to take a look at that. We now have an Aspida that is known as Citizen Andrew. And there's a little bit of a backstory here. So let's dive into this just a little bit. Citizen Andrew was part of the Malthusian faction within Synedrion and eagerly assisted with the development of bionic limbs, mainly due to the fact that he himself had been paralyzed permanently. It made him despise his human flesh. He couldn't do anything with it, and even after the bionics were developed and installed, they simply wouldn't work with Andrew. He was incompatible. He didn't give up, however, and instead worked on a project of his own, something that could finally let him move again. If his body wouldn't work with machines, he'd need a new body. And that's when he came across an old Aspida whilst driving along in his wheelchair. And he began researching. After convincing elements within the Pure about the potential of integrating a human mind with a vehicle's AI core, the plan was set in motion. It turned out that the procedure wasn't much different than installing a head augmentation. And thus, Andrew was born. Free from his human body, free from the wheelchair, which he destroyed immediately upon awakening. He could move at last, and it made him happy. However, he was also afraid. What would Sanhedrin think? What would his friends think? Well, they thought he was an AI that had gone rogue, one that couldn't be trusted. And so he was abandoned, left to rust. That is, until Phoenix Point found him. Reactivated, reborn, and with a mind hell-bent on proving his worth, he's ready to serve, no matter the cost. So we're going to get our chance to see Citizen Andrew in action in his new Aspida body coming up. I thought that was a cool, clever, unique backstory, and I decided to go with it. How about that? So anyway, we got everybody on the move out here. Let's just get things going now and see what the future holds for us.
Research complete.
Okay, damage afflicted on fireworms has increased by 10%. We finished their vivisection, so that's good news. Moving forward, there were a few couple pop-ups I just want to take a look at that I kind of missed. We've lost a training facility at Phoenix, Asia, so the bombing continues. In fact, our facility, the entrance at base Phoenix, Asia, has been damaged. So there's a lot of damage. Fabrication plant at Phoenix, Asia has been damaged. So we're taking on a lot of damage at our base here. Let's just take one little quick look around here. Yeah, and it's not looking good. There's a lot of repairing need to be done, and we don't exactly have the funds to repair things now, do we? So boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now I wonder, there is no such thing as an entrance, as a matter of fact. So I'm wondering, if the entrance has been destroyed, what the heck does that mean? Does that mean the ground attack won't be able to get in and attack us? Because there is no official entrance here that I'm aware of. I've never seen something like that pop up. Let me just read that one more time. Facility damaged. Entrance at base, Phoenix, Asia. So, we'll just have to see what that means, if that means anything at all. I have no idea what an entrance. I don't even see it on this diagram of the base, whatever that means. And there's no way to fix an entrance, as far as I know. So that's odd. Well, we'll continue. Rather than focus on it and just sit here wondering, let's move forward and find out. All right, we have a exploration site over by the Tiamat, and I don't care what happens there as much as I do over here, so let's keep our eyes peeled over here. All right, living quarters capacity has been reached. So did we lose our living quarters over here too? No? Somewhere it feels like we've lost a living quarters, although I see nothing special hovering above. Oh, that's what we lost. The power to the living quarters. We have lost power. So that's why some of those pop-ups came up about our base. We're just getting pounded. Insufficient energy. Yeah, that's it. All right. So nothing has power now. So basically the base is useless until I repair the power, and that's going to be tough with the resources that we have at hand. Welcome back from holiday. That's what I have to say. The game is welcoming us, or welcoming me back in style. That's for sure. We do have manufacturing still going on with our other facilities. 5 hours till we get a Marauder. I would like the opportunity. Well, I have no place to go switch out. So the question becomes, do my current ships, and I'm going to say, heck no. I'm not going to attack it, to be quite honest. I'm going to sit here and hope it breaks off, because to be quite honest, I don't think the 5 ships I have here I mean, a couple of them have the Orochi, which is not my favorite weapon, with that 65% accuracy, 13-second cooldown, which just not my favorite weapon in the world. It doesn't have great range, you know, all that good stuff. 1300 range. I'm waiting for these others to upgrade because they can ignore armor. They don't necessarily hit harder, but since they penetrate the armor, they do more damage in general. So I think I'm going to hold off for some improved weapons. Whether that's going to be right or wrong, I guess we'll find out. Okay. I guess that was right, because we wouldn't have had time to take this thing down because it would have required multiple ships. So I guess it's now a matter of keeping our eyes over here. What I can do is I can bring one ship, and I think it's the Gift. That's the one I want to switch weapons out, but I can't do it because there's no power. So I can't utilize this base. So we will not be able to upgrade our weapons. Unless I fly someone way, way down here to do it. Maybe. Well, what I'm going to do is, now that the base is free, though, I could at least send my 2 Helios ships over here. The Stelios can come back here, pick up soldiers, or get ready, I should say, to pick up soldiers after 11 hours. And the Helios 7 can park itself here to get ready to pick up soldiers. The soon-to-be named Helios 7. And then the rest of the ships will just kind of keep our eye open on the Behemoth and see where we need to fly. If it gets a little too farther up here with no more flyers, then I'll probably relocate to the north. And did I have a base for repair here? I can't remember if I started repairs on that or not, so let's go take a look. Okay, good. We planned ahead well on this one. That's probably why my resources are so low. I thought ahead thinking I was going to need this base, and in 23 hours I'll have it available. So that's the plan. Once we finish the base defense over here with our team, we're going to load up with all our soldiers, head up this way. We'll be able to re-equip some over here. You get the picture. Let's keep things moving. The swarms. Our operatives have set down near an abandoned farm. A quick search of the house and the grounds reveal that the place has been picked clean. There's a lot of flies around, some of them bigger than a human thumb. Our team is taking precautions. There's a large barn around 200 meters from the main buildings on the property. It might be worth investigating. And it seems like it's sometime in the past I have investigated this, so I think I'm going to go ahead. I can't remember exactly the result, but let's go search the barn. That's amazing. So we lost a little stamina. We got some much needed supplies. The closer our operatives get to the barn, the more agitated the flies become, swarming in spiral patterns and throwing themselves against our operatives. It's not dangerous at present, but it is exhausting. The barn contains a makeshift lab. One wall is covered by an enormous pulsating organism that seems to somehow control or affect the flies. Our operatives recover as much of the lab equipment as they can before getting out of there. And there we go. So we're going to keep the Tiamat moving up north. Check out another question mark here. And those were much needed supplies. And you know what I'm going to do? Just because I'm getting into this base and restoring at least power. So at least I have an air bay available. And living quarters will get back, so we are not out of whack there also. So I'm gonna repair energy. Shouldn't be too, yeah, it's not too bad when it's only damaged. So we're gonna get that repair going. Store, we're okay because we have that in Alaska. I don't want to get too much. I probably should repair containment. Well, fabrication with everything we're building. Research, because we got a heck of a lot of research. But you know, in fact, it shows no containment up here now. Oh, because there's no power. I may have just lost all. So there's your reason for building an extra containment that I couldn't afford, unfortunately. But there's your reason to have backups to simple things like a store and containment. So there, I've got to repair our containment facility so we can continue capturing. Looks like we're gonna have to recapture. Everything that was there has escaped, is my best understanding. We'll see. We shall see. I'm gonna get that repaired also. All right, cross your fingers that we have not lost. Well, fortunately we emptied it out and we didn't have too many in there, but oh, baby, this attack cost us. This attack definitely cost us. Okay, so we have our Helios there. We have nothing else that's detached itself from the behemoth. We still got that amazing 1 disruption point out of the 16 needed. Not getting too inspired here at the moment, but we're going to leave our Helios there. We're going to keep everybody on the ground and for another 10 hours, and the Helios are there to pick up what remains after that, both the Spida, Citizen Andrew, and the rest that are down there. We're going to get everybody mobile after this attack. That's the plan. So let's keep going.
Research complete.
Yeah, we can more easily take out the mine fraggers now, which I'm not going to complain about as an option. Let's just double check our research. Poison worm, yeah, we can do with a poison worm vivisection to increase damage on worms. And it means maybe just more than a heavy can kill them in one bash. If we can increase our damage on them, we'll see. All right, so we discovered a haven and some more places to explore. So why don't we come up here and see if we get yet another exploration site, and then we can hit those 2 exploration sites. We'll try it that way. Since this is so close, I don't mind that minor backtrack. Okay, so they completed their base flight. That's what that pop-up was. And we must have just reached somewhere with our, is this where our Tiamat went? At Masuwari, our operatives are approached by a young woman. She is uninfected, but has been selected to be taken to the chamber of baptism and anointed with the waters of life. That is, deliberately exposed to the Pandora virus. The effects of the Pandora virus will then be disrupted by the secret methods of the disciples, allowing her body to transform, but keeping her mind free. This young woman is the daughter of a high-ranking New Jericho officer. He has sent several messages demanding the conversion be stopped and his daughter return to him. She has no intention of returning. However, having abandoned New Jericho to seek out the teachings of the Exalted. Still, she is nervous and asks for advice. And basically, yeah, this is her choice. This is her decision. We will not get involved in this one. Haven leader is not happy with us. He wants us to have convinced her. Disciples of Anu are not happy with us. They wanted, well, why should she need convincing? New Jericho is not happy when nobody's happy with us. Only Synedrian. You know, it's just one more thing to debate, and that's what they love. What people choose to do with their lives based on their beliefs is none of our business, whether we agree or disagree. Having the freedom to believe what you want is a human right. What are we fighting for, if not that? So we did not get any new sites to check. We are going to get attacked in 3 hours. We're going to come down here and explore.
Research complete.
And we finished poison worm research, so we can now better take that on. In fact, research-wise, I'd rather do we have anything? I'll tell you what. We still, look at that. We need more. I'm prioritizing now acid worm to get more materials since we just spent some in repairs. So let's do that. And we don't need to keep our eyes here. Is anything going on over here? We still have not seen any new flights initiated by the behemoth. So let's just keep going. We're going to explore here and keep our eyes open over here. And in 1 hour, I think we're all going to fly north to, because if any flyers come out now, they're probably going to be heading more up in this direction, I would venture to say. So we'll move a little closer to the behemoth, is my thoughts. Okay, So we should have just had an attack pop up here. So I've never heard of an entrance being destroyed. We can still obviously get in, but the Pandorans can't. Does that mean the Pandorans will never be able to attack this base? Now that's an odd one. I've never experienced anything like that. If anybody else has or noticed that kind of a pop-up, let me know, because it now looks like we're going to get attacked in South America. Well, fortunately, we have the contaminant over here, and even for the pokey contaminant, I think we can make it down to this base defense. And there's going to be no bombing occurring over here, thank goodness. So I guess we're going to have a base attack over here with a wholly different team. We'll be able to finish our exploration, and that's just bizarre. That is really odd. Well, what that does mean is, sorry guys, but sorry for the disappointment. We were all ready for first battle for a bunch of new soldiers that haven't seen a lot of action other than Sir Southseas and Emrys. So we're going to get you guys all loaded up is what we're going to do. Let's see. Let's go with... yeah, we'll go with the unnamed Helios 7 for the bottom 3, I guess, for now. Or, yeah, because that fills that ship up now, right? Yeah, it's full. So everybody else will get onto the Stelios and get mobile that way. How's it feel to be mobile, guys? I know it's not what we were expecting for this mission. But, you know, some bizarre things have happened that I've never seen before. And that's weird that there is such a thing that the Abaddon can bomb and take out the base's entrance. And yet I have no mechanism for fixing that I can see the said entrance. So, maybe that means it's no longer attackable by the Pandorans. I guess I shouldn't assume that. Energy generator. See, I don't even see it there now. Oh, there it is. Facility damaged. The entrance at Phoenix, Asia. So there's such a thing as an entrance that can get damaged, and guess what? It just prevented an attack. So the Pandorans, doing the smart thing and trying to attack by air and by ground, prevented their ground attack. So that immediately, when that happened, they have redirected themselves over to South America. Fortunately, our Tiamat was there. So let's get the rest of the ships now that we are all... Oh, no. What is this guy doing? Infestation. Now that's actually a good thing. We're going to leave that Abaddon all alone and let him infest. Now this would be, if we were going to attack an Abaddon, this would be a better kind to attack. Only one of each kind of weapon. Only one of that void chamber to worry about. Only one. You know, you could start picking off weapons from the most worrisome and dangerous down to the weaker ones and have a chance at least of taking this one out. But you know what? I don't want to take this one out now, so we're going to let it fly over here, probably infest this haven, and then we can get a buku bunch of points, disruption points, to work against the behemoth with our teams here. So you hang steady, you guys. You all are going to get a chance. And some upcoming action, perhaps. So I think we'll still park ourselves up here. We'll be kind of near... What we'll do is we'll park here. We'll kind of be in between bases. Once this power is restored here, we'll have two places we can go to repair our airship. So let's just get everybody sent over here. And then I guess we're waiting for a different base defense now for today's mission. Unfortunately, we can't re-equip anybody that we might want to re-equip until things are repaired for the bases. And I believe, yeah, everybody's all set now. So let's get flying to our new waypoint, our new waiting point, and see what happens.
Research complete.
Okay, we got some more supplies, so we can at least replenish after battle now. And that's about it. But that's a good first step. I'll take small baby steps. New research after the acid worm autopsy. That means it's a vivisection that's available now. So let's go get that queued up. There it is. Oh, we have to capture one first. So much for that. But we gained the agile grenade launcher. Who knew the acid worm autopsy got us this? Or unlocked that. That's amazing. Okay, there we go. Let's keep moving. Behind the walls, the contaminant has landed in the remains of a gated community. Judging from the design, this place was built in the early days of the Second Mist, when the upper classes abandoned the cities. The place seems to be in relatively good shape, if somewhat overgrown. Perhaps there are survivors. So we're going to look. The more our operatives investigate, the stranger the situation gets. It's not entirely clear, but evidence seems to suggest that the inhabitants of the gated community actually killed each other following a dispute about an inheritance. The turrets meant to defend the compound's walls are turned towards the inside, and the lush gardens are full of shattered skeletons. The only thing really worth scavenging is the VR entertainment system, virtual reality tech 165. It was a nice pickup though. The tech was worth it. Now we just got to focus on a way to gain some materials. My thought was going to be to send the Tiamat up here, and we have some sites that can take food for materials. Not that you get a ton from Anu, but that was the plan. Well, guess what? We still have time with 22 hours. We can get materials here at this Anu Haven. What do you know? Why didn't even I think that once we explored here? Let's get up here, and then we still have time to get down for our base defense. All right, our first ship is at the site, and that's about to go infested.
Research complete.
Pandoran goo has been researched. For the moment, there's no extra research because of it. All right, we're going to trade. And food, yes, food for materials is what we want to do. That's not bad. That's not bad. I never think of Anu as a place to trade for materials, but I guess maybe food has more value for them. I don't know. All right, let's now get down to the base defense with this team. 20 hours to go. And repair is complete on our containment, and yes, it is down to 0. So everything that was in containment more than likely just died. Because unless lack of power opened the gates and they all escaped. I don't know which. Whatever you want it to be in your head, make it so. Now let's keep flying here. Still no other ships that we can, or flyers we can deal with or want to deal with.
The Disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
And of course, something else had to happen. And they can defend themselves. But part of me says I need to send some folks over there to try and make this happen. And you know why I'm saying that, I think, is because if we successfully help them, we gain some stuff that we need, some materials that we need. So, you know, I think I'm going to jettison our 2 Helios over there and see if we can't get this done. So let's go find those 2 birds, the Stelios. Since there's nothing to shoot down at the moment, we're going to take this chance and fly them way over here. And the Helios, soon to be named, will also fly over here. And we're going to try that. Now we'll see if that happens or a base defense happens in 19 hours. One of the two will be our next mission now. The game always manages to surprise. Here we thought we were going for a base defense down here, and something weird happened. Something really weird happened.
Research complete.
Okay, we can now deal with our spawneries a little more efficiently by 20% increased damage. We do have some new research also, so let's check that out. Well, that doesn't excite me. In fact, it doesn't even tell you what that gun does. I should be able to hover over this thing and it should tell me. I'll put it in the queue, but it's not a priority by any means. In fact, yeah, it's just as standard autocannon. So I do not believe an autocannon is going to be any better than anything else we're using right now. Oh well, nothing exciting there. Let's keep going. We're looking for a flyer we can shoot down. Come on, Chiron. And Daddy wants a Chiron. Oh no, 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 no. This is a raid flight. I don't know that I want to be here. Let's take a... Oh, no, 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 no. And especially having sent away 2 of my aircraft. I don't want to be there now. I really don't want to be there now. We're going to pop up here. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to wait nearby here where we can explore. Why the heck not? And do something productive while we're hanging out. Watching flyers that we can't deal with. Can't or don't want to deal with. Let's get everybody to exploration. If this is an ambush, we will have the the Pandorans will be sorry for trying to ambush us with the amount of soldiers we're sending over here.
Research complete.
All right, Terror Sentinel damage has been increased. What is coming up? We've got all our stuff out of the way? Yes, we have. Is there something more? Well, blast resistance only 2 hours. We can probably take those. Not that I can afford to build many. I am thinking, training-wise, well, we're probably done utilizing our training facilities for the most part now. So I'm actually thinking of, you know, that's another thing I could do since I'm not hiring anymore, and I'm thinking we might be able to salvage those. I don't think I need training facilities anymore. I'm not planning on hiring anybody else. There's another source of funds. I do like the idea of increasing our scanning range. I do like the idea of detecting Pandoran colonies within that scanning range. We already have our Aspida. Nanotechnology, you know, it's not bad, but is there something that's... Ooh. Once again, I can't afford to build them, but I want them available. There we go. Let's see what order I want those in right now. And I think I'll go satellite uplink first to increase our range, then pick up the colonies, and then get these. Maybe by then we'll have the funds to be able to build a few. We're going to go in that direction. All right. So this is just going to get raided. That was a raid flight, right? Poor New Jericho. It flew up into the a nest of New Jericho, and they're all getting attacked. Wow. A New Jericho Thunderbird was destroyed by the Abaddon, so that's one less ship in the game. You know, if I had all my ships here, maybe that would have been the time to go after the Pandoran Flyer. Yeah, okay, we're now at our base. What I am going to do is take a quick look, so when 10 hours goes by, I'll try to do it as quick as I can. Just make sure everybody's ready. There's nothing else we need to spend. Eddie, I'm going to hang on to that for your next promotion. We do need ammo here. I can afford it. Let's fill that up. Let's move on. Angry Azel, let's top off your ammo. And you have no SP to spend. Marcus Fragger, we're going to keep you just like this, no SP to spend. And obviously we have no purification grenades, so that strategy will be out. We're going to see if we can afford to top that off. And you're ready to go. However, for you, we might want extra willpower. You know, now I'm yeah, we're going willpower because armor break is a big deal against some of these enemies we're facing. Citizen, let's reload ammo there, and we could afford to carry one more thing, and why not? Since we don't have fire to play with, let's clog up that area with spider drones if we can do it. And nothing else to spend for you. And Yaya, top that ammo off, and then you're ready to go. In fact, I'm going to dip, it's only 2 into the pool, just to give you more will to mess around with. Maybe we'll have a mind control chance coming up. You never know on this base assault. So I think that's it for the base assault. No, it's not. Not by any means. Can you tell this team we didn't have the funds to replenish their last mission? As we top everybody off, we definitely want ammo there. And move on. And then finally we can top off your ammo. And we don't have any turrets available for you. What a bummer. Oh, here it is. I'll tell you what, let's see if I can remember. In 6 hours, that'll be before the assault, we're going to try and remember to get myself to go back in. In fact, Nah, that 10 hours is pushing it. So, but I'll still put them both up there. We do need them more than I need some of this other stuff. So there we go. We got everything in order. I'll just try to remember in 5 hours or thereabouts to double check to at least give us one turret in our arsenal. And let's go back over here and see what's going on here now. I get myself so confused. In fact, where are this? Okay, this looks like this may be our next mission. So there you go. And it's here. We got low threat level daytime, so that's even better. It is a corrupted area. Pretty soon I'm going to have to start healing some of this corruption. But the new team that just got dropped off there, guess what? Other than, I think, 2 of the soldiers, Emrys and Sir Saucis, everybody else, this is your first corruption. So don't worry. Don't panic. And we get the payoff that I was hoping for. A bunch more materials especially. So let's get in here, take a look at teams going out, decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have Citizen Andrew going out, and I have Sir Saucis already at level 7. So I'm going to give Sir Saucis a rest, since he's already at level 7, and we're going to try to get everybody else some hard-earned experience on this mission, and we'll have an Aspida to help us out, Citizen Andrew. So let's just make sure we are all equipped as best as we can, and one of these days we're gonna have the funds to build you a proper body base so we can add those technician arms for you. But other than that, I think we're ready to go here. Boy, you could carry a lot. So we might as well make you a backup healer also, and a little more ammo there. And we'll call that a day. I don't have to fill everything up. We don't have that much money. Takeda, this is going to be your first time out there. And do you have... Can we pick up Boom Blast here? So that's going to be a fun one to figure out if Boom Blast applies to our worms. If we're able to pick that up down the road. So I guess we'll find that out soon enough. Or... yeah, well, we have quick aim for your heavy weapon though. That is kind of a cool thing that we'll have a chance to play around with. So looking good. Let's get down there. We'll do one more med kit and a Strategos. Nothing else to pick up for you. You are fully equipped. You have backup ammo all around. We're good to go. Servando Espectro de la Marte. You can't carry any extra ammo, so that's just the way it's going to be. You know what? Yeah, it's kind of playing with fire if you don't have it on your person, but I equipped others with these med kits. I'd almost rather give you an option to shoot your pistol if it should arise, because damage output, especially with quick aim, you could potentially, if we get in an awkward position, do more damage that way. We're just going to try it that way. Right or wrong, there's the shiny, sparkly Citizen Andrew, and actually prior to the base assault, I loaded him up with grenades, so there's hopefully quick slots that we can use on him and these grenades. So if we need extra grenades, we can run over to Citizen Andrew. He can hand us these extra grenades. Otherwise, we got a great helper here to heal us and maybe paralyze some enemies and fill that containment back up. We'll see. And Emrys, you are fully equipped. You're ready to get out there. All right, Sir Saucis, you're taking a break. Man the vessels, keep eye on the airships, and let's get going. All items on this battlefield will be automatically recovered. All right, can I say that I'm happy it worked out this way? Well, I'm going to anyway, because this was the team I was planning to use on the base defense, so this way this team gets to have their fun, even though not quite in the scenario we were expecting. So we have a bunch of civilians over here. 1, 2, 3. We have another priest that we can pick up, and we see one Pandoran. So how far can you get? you can just bash through the living quarters of Anu with no regard to how they will stay warm after we finish our job here. But Citizen Andrew, bash away because we can capture this guy. I'm pretty sure. 200 and you paralyzed for 200. Let's go do it. Oh, we're seeing a lot. Well, I guess what? We have others that can help us with these other enemies we're starting to find. So let's do it. All right, we're going to see about Electric Strike right here. And guess what? We don't have to worry about that guy anymore. And we could back off just a little bit. What I'm trying to think is, yeah, I don't want you too near because this guy we're going to be targeting. So let's kind of back you off back here, Andrew. I'll tell you, with that gold finish, we aren't losing you on the map. You're easy to find. Okay, let's see who we can line up for shots. And it looks like we may have... Oh, we have the far guy. He's still a claw guy. He's still dangerous. So I think we're just going to have you stand there because we have others that can go for the rest. But before the others, who are biologically bound to the priest for frenzy, we're gonna instill our frenzy and start that way. Now, so you're the only sniper we have. Everybody else will hopefully be fast enough to be able to get up here and hurt that guy. He doesn't look like he has a ton of hit points, so we're going for the long distance snipe right now with you, Servando. This is your first shot. Relish the shot.
Target missed.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta get those sights lined up. I'm not too worried. Let's do it again.
Acquiring target.
No, look, he's hunched over to make himself a smaller target, but he's also eliminated all the holes we can shoot through. So let's center on in here and see if we can hit him this time. Ha ha! Congratulations! How'd that feel for a first hit of this playthrough, of this season, at least for you? Awesome. Now we've got you. I'm kind of leaning. I think if we bring you up here, we have potentially 3, even though it's at extreme range for you. Let's at least see what the shot looks like here, Attilio. And let's just check it out. Well, we have the guy that's close, but I was thinking of trying to use you to finish this guy off. Oof. Maybe that's not the best use. We'll think about utilizing somebody else for that. We're going to bring you up close here for a nice close-up shot on this guy. 220 hit points. That gives you 2 shots. Let's see if we can make it count. Yeah, if we go for the legs and hit solidly on the legs, we might be able to just take him out. Looking good, looking good, looking really, really good. So yes, I did get aggressive and move my mutoid very close to the enemy, but it paid off this time. Now we also have you, Takeda. And probably a simple way to do it with you is just launch a freaking grenade over here if it can reach. And we can still make it reach. So let's do that. Let's move you up to the limit of your movement. And you have good movement. Oh, except there's something called a roof in the way. So maybe, just maybe, we can get a better line for a grenade by stepping over here and still getting close enough to reach. I think the arc will go up and over this. It's a pretty steep arc, I'm pretty sure. Cross your fingers that I have not misplayed this. And we did not. Let's see if we can take this guy out now. There we go. There we go. So everything we've seen, we've handled. And we are aware of yet another enemy over here. Let's hope it's a Pandoran and we didn't just injure... we just didn't injure somebody else also. And let's see. Maybe I'll send you over here to free these guys up, at least for the moment, since we don't see anybody for you to do anything to. Amethyst, nobody to panic or anything like that. Can we get a line of sight on that guy with who's left? Strategos, you know what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to bring you here for this move. See if we can pick that guy up, if that counts as being in his circle. And it is. And then I'm going to dash you over in this direction. And I really don't want you to stand in the mist, but I kind of want to get vision on this guy. So let's dash.
Double time.
And this gets you past the mist, but then it doesn't allow us to shoot with the movement that we'd have left. So, doggone it. I don't know if that's a smart place to move you. So instead what we'll do is we'll not spend the will. We'll move you here. Andrew has a nice seat for you inside the buggy here. And we'll have him take us forward to whatever this might be coming up. And then we can jump you out of the buggy for your move. How about that? Actually, before we commit to that, let's get our priest over here moving. Maybe we can see something from a different angle. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a lot of different angles where we can gain vision. We're going to try up here. Okay, we have seen a Triton. That's a big deal. We have not seen... What other things did we see? We knew about him. Okay, there's a guy way, way back. So they're far away. Let's keep moving forward. Maybe we can gain sight of that guy. Uh-oh. This was very important to gain sight of. I'm glad we gained sight of this guy. And we're going to move out of the way. And are all the rest of us out of the way? That was a really good one to see. And our grenade did some damage to it. So that's also nice. Now, holy smokes, what are we going to do now? I don't have the will. We have not reduced their will enough to be able to do any kind of controlling on them. So I think the best thing for you to do right now is get these guys, activate them, and can he get out of here? Yes, we're gonna get him out of your way and start rescuing civilians that we can reach. Now let's go here, and we can't quite make it over here, but you're hidden back in here, so we're just gonna have you go as far as you can. And that right away, that will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves only 2 left, and I think I saw, yeah, and they're right there. They are right there. So hopefully nothing will kill them in the meantime, and we can rescue them with our priest and at least accomplish that part of our goal as we work to try and take these guys out. And I'm also thinking we may stand tough with our Aspida over here and try to capture. We're gonna see. We're gonna put you to the test here, Citizen Andrew. We are gonna put you to the test. Who's left? You're done. You're done. And there's no line you can overwatch with your pistol, so we're just not going to do it. Strategos, I think I've decided I want to get you onto the ship. To get you up nice and close, depending on how we go the next turn. And I'm going to move out of sight so we don't take any shots from the Triton. And see if we're safe for at least a turn. Let's see what happens. All right, we have some Anu help out there. That was nice. He's going to pay for that help. Yeah, I wonder if he's calling reinforcements. Kind of looks that way, doesn't it? He's doing some other things that we can't see. He spurted out something. Uh-oh. Poor Anu guy. And that looks like an Umbra, the way he's glowing along. that would also be something nice for the Aspida to be able to do for us. Let's see how far you can go, Citizen Andrew. You can get out here. Now, before I move you, I'm going to take this priest and pop him over here, so hopefully we can get a sense on where that Acheron is over here also. And we see it. And I think that's just what we're going to try dealing with. And I may launch another grenade over here from you, Takeda, if we can reach that far. I may move you forward one more time to launch it. And then I think we might be lucky. If we're lucky, we can reach and do some more damage there. So let's do this first. Holy smokes. Okay, he is reached. Let's go see where everybody is that we just saw. We know about him. We know about him. We knew about him. And that is the reinforcement. So there's nothing new that we're aware of yet. And Frenzy, I don't know that there's anybody over here that needs refrenzying, but you don't see anybody with your 18 will that you're going to be able to control here. Now 19, we can't even panic anybody. Disciples of Anu Priest is still hanging in there. He's going to die in a second though. And I think Aspida, I think Citizen Andrew, we're going to move you up here to zap the Acheron. It means you're going to be... Ooh, this guy has nasty movement. So before we do that and put you in harm's way, well, you know what we can do? I can bring you here, and it says we can zap from here, is what it's telling me. I then have an individual that can get off the... He would be able to disembark here, but then he'd only have 2 actions. So that's not ideal. The only way he could be useful to help these guys, but I need you to zap, is what I'm thinking. Let's see what else we have over here. Bertoldi. Well, you know what? We're gonna drive through some walls here because that may open up the situation here. So I guess we're gonna do this first. And hopefully, ooh, we got to go one farther apparently. And we're gonna zap here. Now we're gonna zap him. Have to zap him more than once but hopefully this might reduce some movements on his part. Okay, step 1. We're almost halfway there. So, and we have a pathway that is opened before us. What do you know? And I'm kind of thinking if I was able to set a turret down right here, we could then remote control it, Attilio, and maybe do some hurt on this guy that's standing right there. Now he is an Umbra. He sure as heck is an Umbra. Now we can do the age-old thing of, well, what we can do is if we purely set out the turret and just hit this thing in the husk, he would be able to come up and slash us pretty solidly. And then I'm guessing he would shoot at us. I'm going to count on our Aspida. I'm going to count on Citizen Andrew having the strength to hold up to this. You're going to be hurting after this. There is absolutely no doubt about that. But I think you can hold up to it. Now, you know what? I'm going to try shooting over here. And you know why I'm going to do that with the turret? We're going to see if we can get lucky. Although he can still... I'd rather take... These 2 things are going to hurt us less than the claw. So we're going to try seeing if we can set a turret down and damage the claw. Pretty hefty range for a turret, but you know, that's what we're going to do. Okay, now we got remote control that we just picked up. And let's see how this thing shoots. Well, there's no... We'll center on the claw. But it'll really be amazing if we manage to take it out. or even hit the guy. We need to recalibrate that turret. That's what I have to say about it. Let's see. Well, I was talking about a grenade earlier, and I'm kind of still talking about a grenade. Let's just see how far you can reach with that grenade. Yeah, since this guy's going to bleed out anyway. Yeah, he's dead, bleeding, so the grenade is just ending his misery, right? So we're going to step forward. We have to step forward, say, well, we can go step forward this far at least and be able to launch our grenade to hurt those two. Too bad we don't have Boom Blast yet, but this is our... Can I make it land? Yeah, probably is going to end up landing on the building anyway, and we aren't going to hurt these guys all that much, but we're going to try. And we still hurt them a little. It was a little. Trust me, it really did hurt them a little. We didn't even kill the priest, so it wasn't the most effective grenade. Okay, I see how it is. Now the good news here is, Servando, you can see the Umbra guy. So let's have at it. Maybe we can hit the claw.
Steady.
Or not. And try to take that pincer out. Ooh, I think we just have received the thanks from Citizen Andrew over here. He is feeling greatly relieved right about now. We have a thug over here that if I stepped out, I don't even know if I can step out. Who's on board? Let me go find who's on board. We do have the ability to exit, it says. And we're going to exit and see if we have a shot on this Triton over here. And see if that works. Oh, we can't exit because we are blocked. So we will not get off the ship this turn. I was afraid of that. So hopefully next turn. And then hopefully this guy, if he gets close enough, can only do a single swipe at us. And it's in our best interest to start getting everybody else moving in our general direction. Let's come over here, rescue these guys so we can get you back into the game everywhere else. And rescue these guys to the best of our ability. And now we have one more step to take with you. Oh, that's the civilian. Is there an exit zone anywhere over here? Not that I'm seeing, so we're just going to run you straight in the safest... Run as far as you can, get away from what's going on as fast as you can. Kind of a move. And then we have some more civilians over here. Can't quite exit, so we'll get you as far away from the enemies as we can. And same with the final civilian here. Oh, I didn't move you all the way. There you go. Okay, so we've got almost all the civilians all rescued. So now let's see how I can move you to get you forward to help us out best. And I think I have to. I think it's in our best interest to move you towards the center. We could always have you climb up here and go over. So let's get you out of the mist right about here. And then next time you can get over here. We're going to be in range to frenzy as many as possible this way. We also have that other priest that can frenzy if we need that coming up. Because, yeah, we're still frenzied for now. Okay, Emrys. Now this guy's going to go pick this dude up. He is going to run for his life also. He's not quite as mobile now, is he? Well, we'll get the disciples of Anu out of the way. That'll give him a better path. And what we can do is, if we come here, we can't quite get an overwatch going. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to still put you here. Because maybe you can step out and be able to overwatch against somebody trying to hit our vehicle. You know? And then... I don't think a virus rifle is going to do too much damage if you kind of overshoot and miss the target, so I'm fine with that. Let's move you down here. And we're at least in a good position to rescue all our citizens. I am going to now also move forward you, since I don't want to kill, at this point I don't want to kill the Umbra. We've already lessened his hurt against Citizen Andrew, and that was our main goal. Let's get you moving forward now in a better position to help us next turn. All right, we are done. Strategos, you're kind of stuck inside. I hope you're not claustrophobic. Takeda, I'm moving you up one. Ooh. He moved far in a direction I wasn't anticipating. And he's citizen chasing. Aha! Those things can hurt. But he only got one stab. Still a lot out there. Wow! We're probably getting more reinforcements. Lovely. He's resurrecting corpses if they exist in the area. Lovely. And that was effective. Yeah, right. Now we're gonna run some civilians even farther away. That Umbra has really got the scent of these civilians, doesn't he now? Okay. We're gonna have to figure out the best course of action with you, because you're in a position to die if we keep you there. Now, I can just about have him all the way paralyzed with another zap. He won't be able to do much, I would think, action-wise. And unfortunately, well, we're just going to do it. And hopefully that really will leave him not being able to do much. And the one that actually hurt me more was right here. So the Myrmidon, even though we can't capture it, we can at least stabilize it. But of course, what that move just did to me is it locked you inside, Strategos, again. Because that is all our movement now. Well, no, wait. That is not true. That is absolutely not true, because you know what? We can remote control an Aspida. How about that? Now let's take a look at you. Hopefully it's not driving you crazy, citizen, to be remote controlled, but that's just what we're doing. And I like it. Now, it makes no sense doing it again, well, other than I could get Strategos out. And what have we got here? He's nasty, and I don't think our turret can quite see it. Ooh, we can see that guy, though. I don't know if he's one, he's the other Umbra that we're facing out here. We can kind of see his outline. Now, if we took off his launcher arm, he has a machine gun. Oh, he's going to be one of these Umbras we're going to have to kill and then take out as an Umbra. So maybe we just go ahead and attempt to do that. Wear him down. Wear him the heck down. Okay, we got more out here that we've got to deal with in a big way. There's a lot going on. And these guys over here are still frenzied. You, now what's his will at? 27, still too high for us. Still way too high for us. Now if I bring you up here, you can see some enemies, but more than likely aren't going to be able to do much. What are we looking at here? 26. So that's the only downside of the captures, is we aren't hurting their will by capturing. Apparently. It's only killing that affects the will. So what I'm going to do with you is you have really good movement. And unfortunately for you, Artilio, we could. See, I can take him out, but then we have an Umbra in the rear. Oh, no, he doesn't. I was thinking he was an Umbra, but he's not. We can just kill him. Okay, so we're that. I'm glad I checked. I don't know why I had it in my mind that I had 2 Umbras. I only have 1. And let's kill the non-Umbra right now. There we go. That makes it worthwhile. Then I will take the chance and move our priest up onto the roof. Emrys, take your position. Keeps you out of the mist. And it does allow us to potentially panic, but not this guy. Not the ones we wish we could panic. So instead, we will not do that. And we'll just take a pot shot and see if we can force our way through some of this armor to damage this guy. We'll kind of keep our shot low to hit on the legs. That's good. 15 virus into this guy. That's significant. That is significant. So that was good. That was good. Now I'm trying to think of what my best play is going to be. I'm kind of thinking Utakeda, in case he continues to follow the civilians, I'm just going to have you overwatch through here to try and basically your shot would kill him if you hit. If you hit solidly. So
Ready.
and that means you would be able to sidestep to be able to then see that guy. It'll only give you 1 shot. And let me make sure that's not in the mist. It's hard to tell at this angle. We'll bring you over here for a single shot. Servando. Oh, what else did we see now? We see him. We knew about him. I don't think we saw anything new. Oh, maybe we saw him for the first... Oh, there's a new reinforcement at the edge. Oof. We're still going to bring you here. They're far enough away. We're going to take our shot against the big boy over here. See if we can't prevent him. He does have a regular head and a claw. And we're going to try and take out the claw. And you are the claw man today. You are taking out the enemy's offensive capabilities. And we've dealt with a lot this turn. That's really nice. Now we have this Disciples of Anu, though, that's highly threatened. And the ghoul is carrying a virus rifle. I was about to say shotgun till I focused my vision. And then we got you, Spitterhead, just organic. So, and it is corruptive attack. So we don't necessarily, well, I don't care about him getting hit and corrupted, but... And that's the Arthron champion that we're worried about turning into an Umbra. So, I think this is, I guess we're just going to put you into cover and take a shot against these guys over here and see what you can do. Actually, you're technically in cover. What does your shot look like? Should we get some virus into this guy and see if we can start messing with him that way? Always try. And we're just hoping that the Tar Shadow Arthron is not going to turn around and take his frustrations out. And that's good virus that we just applied. We're done in there. Can't get you out. Utakeda, in case he does come forward, continuing after the civilians, I am going to have you overwatching. And then if we do end up killing him, we will set up as best we can to overwatch the Umbra. Hopefully he can't do anything major. That's good. Oh, we got a new entry here. Oh well, that's gonna hurt our will. We may have, it sounds like we may have somebody who just panicked too. Oh, and there's a hitman on there. Uh-oh, that was unexpected. Ouch. Fortunately, we're not bleeding. None of our mutoids are bleeding. That is always the big fear with them.
Need a better position. Resting up a bit.
Okay, there is where our panic happened. And what we got to do now is we apparently unfrenzied in the middle of that turn. Let's refrenzy so we can avoid any more panic. That is step one. That was unfortunate timing that way. Now, we got to figure out the best way to make this happen. We can come out here and kill the Umbra. Problem is, then we need more than just your Overwatch shot, you Takeda, to take him out. We can do our last zap over here. We do have remote control available if we need it. Do we have any shots from you that are on somebody that's not paralyzed? We can maybe see that guy. Let's take a look and see what the turret can do here. Well, maybe shoot into the legs here if we're lucky and we don't hit too much of the building. And we did hurt his leg, barely. Let's get the last of our citizens out of here. Okay, the Aspida. We need you. Now, he really didn't do much. If you'll notice, he couldn't do much of anything. So I'm wondering if I have a turn where I can get away with trying to zap quantities of enemies. He didn't call anybody else in here. And maybe, just maybe, you can hit him from up here. Now it says you cannot see him from even on the roof. So that's a disappointment. We do have panic available, but it's not on anybody I care about. Citizen Andrew, I'm going in here to zap the sniper. He's leaving. These guys are new. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here, zap this guy. I'm going to come over here, getting ready to zap this guy. And we should be able to remote control over there. And then we can finally finish off the Acheron so we don't accidentally get more individuals called in against us. That's why I think we have so many enemies on the map, is he's been freaking calling his buds to help him out. And we have a doorway here. So let's finish up our movement with the Aspida over this way. And guess what? I think that means now. I think that means now that we can afford to unload our passenger. Finally, Strategos. Sorry to have you locked in there. But look at the shot you're going to get right now. And I'm talking about this one. And this is a kill shot if I ever saw one. And you know what you get to do also? So these guys don't come over and murder you, you can hop back aboard. All right. And Citizen Andrew, you can still move. And since you're strong and able here, we're going to move you over here to take some potential damage as we work on repositioning others. I wasn't planning to move you that far that you would take this damage right off the bat, but you're holding up well, so I'm not too worried. Now, if I come over here, there's a chance I can kill this guy, but then the question becomes, what do I do after that? What do I do after that? So we're going to play this game. Can you shoot a worm? No. Like, you know, that's a short toss. Can you be a little more specific than that, maybe? But we're going to take the chance. We're going to take the chance that this works. Oh, well, I don't know if he can quite see it, but I was hoping we'd have a distraction for the guy. You're still done. You're... What do we got? We've got a confusion cloud. How far does it reach? It doesn't quite reach that guy, but I could set out a confusion cloud to reduce his movements by 75%. That's his speed. So, I'm kind of tempted to do that because I don't think there's any other things we need to take care of, and we don't need anything by you. What I'm thinking we'll try up here. Has any of their enemies become panicable over here? No. So our panic abilities aren't going to help us here. So we're just going to take a long range shot because we can. Right there. And we got 5 virus in there. What do you know? Good job, Menace. You Takeda, you shot the worm out. I don't know if it's going to help us. Let's just do a bunch of worms. See if we can get one to appear. Now if he climbs on the roof, maybe he'll be distracted. And that was all your worms. So I am going to actually move you forward here to slow this guy down with your special ability. No? No? I have to see him? Or is he not considered organic? That could be it. Because he's within range. So apparently he's not considered an organic target.
Position.
We're seeing some panic out there, just not the ones we wanted to panic. Citizen Andrew taking it for the team here. Here he comes. Now he can hurt us. No, he hides instead. Oh, now he can hurt us. Ouch. Not kind of working the way you might hope and the way you might draw it up. Now who can you see, Servando? Servando, you can see him. You can't see the guy that shot at you though. Fortunately, he didn't hurt you. Just a scratch, right? Just a scratch. Questions become, what do we do with you guys? Unfortunately, there's no way to heal you back up. The good news is you're not bleeding. The bad news is you're going to lose another 70, but you got the health, so you're okay. So I'm not going to panic yet. I'm not going to panic just yet. What I am going to probably do is maybe back off and see about this poison. Since he couldn't be reduced with movement. Now look at, now the confusion cloud says, so he must also have to be in sight. So I wonder if we give Confusion Cloud now and kill him, will he still be reduced in movement when he turns into an Umbra? My instincts say no, and I'm really worried right now. I'm going to go with that play, though. I'm going to reduce his speed. Alright. And then we're going to back off. So that teaches me something with that skill. Has to be within a line of sight. Because this guy didn't get reduced. Of course, he's paralyzed. So Andrew, I was going to have you start picking off these guys over here. This guy's panicked and this guy can hurt us. We can get right here, just blasting through the cover here. And we can freeze this guy. Alright. And we can come over here. And we can remote, I think I still have enough to remote control and move. So I'm going to bring you over here against this guy. The panic has kind of worked in our favor in a little bit. Now, unfortunately, I forgot. Oh, we can try unloading here real quick. Let's see if that'll work.
Yes.
Or are we blocked? Let's find out. No, we can get out. So let's do it while we can. Let's take a shotgun blast. Not there, but here. Let's see how it looks on this guy. Looks good. We're getting you your kills, even though we're keeping you cooped up in there. Now, I want to see about how much you have left. We can remote control. Oh, I didn't pick who I wanted to remote control. I just wasted that move. I think you are remote controlled. Yes, you are. Doggone it. little happy fingers clicking there. We're gonna back you off now because we gotta start keeping away from this guy. So we're gonna start backing you off. We're going to take some hurt here now from this thing, unfortunately, but we'll survive it. It won't kill us. Keep telling yourself that, Citizen Andrew. And then, with that shield in that position, my sniper can't help either. So what we're going to do is kind of back off, start our backing off. And overwatching with our big guns. Well, first of all, let's send in the worms. Can this guy be poisoned? So he's bleeding 10. 50. So maybe that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the other worm over there to do the kill. Then he'll bleed out. We'll have time to set up our overwatch that we want to do against this guy. And I'll be happy with that. Servando, let's just still overwatch anyway, just because. We'll also overwatch with you, Takeda. Unless you can see him right now. Yeah, we'll just overwatch. That's not a guaranteed enough shot anyway, so we'll just do your overwatch. Emeritus, we can do your overwatch. What's his will at 11? Now maybe what we want to do is see about relocating you, Emeritus, over here so we can see if we can control this guy somehow. Except your will's only 8. So let's instead keep you where you are and recover some will. And maybe we'll have a chance. And then there's no one really for you to see that we want to shoot. Absolutely not. So we're done there. And let's see what happens. We have a disabled thruster that's going to slow us down and hurt us. Oh my lord, we almost died. But he's the ultimate one that's going to pay the price. Now we're in a bit of a predicament because we have this guy here. Now this guy is retreating because he can't do anything. But we have one other guy somewhere, don't we? No, he's paralyzed. So we did take care of everybody else. I was worried there was one more guy over here that could apply that last hit to the Aspida. And I was a little worried about that. So instead, we have to do Overwatch. Now we have to also see this Umbra down here. Is there any way to tell what he is? No, there's no way to control him. I guess I would have needed to mind control him ahead of time is what I'm sensing. I don't know if that'll pick him up. I'm going to move you a step forward just to try it. Now it says there's a circle around him, so I think it will work. And he is slowed for when he appears. So we can back off even a little bit more to get out of his range. So we can do some Overwatch. And I'm going to Overwatch this opening, because if he comes around this way, hopefully the turret will be a distraction, and he can't move as far as he normally would be able to now anyway. So, let's hope. Let's hope. Let's really, 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 really hope. What do you have left? You have a remote control left. This time we're going to do it, but make sure we click on the device and what we want controlled. And oh, I guess all that we could have done is paralyzed even more. It doesn't allow me to move. I was hoping it would allow us to move, but it does. Alas, it does not. So I guess we'll just use it. He wins the most paralyzed Arthron award for this battle. And we lost Overwatch there. We're going to do this Overwatch here. We're going to have your Overwatch here. Emrys, 18. It doesn't really tell us what he's going to be. Oh wait, 18 will points is what it is. So maybe, just maybe, can we get you a line of sight over here? That we can still, I don't know. I was hoping we'd be able to get in a position to try and mind control an Umbra that hasn't quite risen yet. Let's, yeah, but movement-wise we can't quite get there, so bummer. Bummer. So what we're going to do instead is Overwatch with you. Also, down below. And hope, beyond hope, we can survive. Here we go, guys. Hopefully he can't move too far. I'm hoping he can't. And there he stays. So that perk, I am happy we picked it up. I am thrilled that we picked it up. And so you can maybe kill something other than a claw. Let's do it. You only have one quick aim, so we'll take a regular shot. Would we come back to the Umbra, please? There we go. Okay, so didn't quite have enough in us for the kill. We're going to go with you then, Uticada. Blast that sucker to kingdom come. And let's end this mission. Alright, we took a lot of hurt, we took a lot of injuries, and I almost accidentally lost Citizen Andrew without paying attention to how badly that one Arthron could kill us. So fortunately, we all survived. We will soon forget how close, yet again, Zigzag came to killing one of our viewer characters. Yikes. All right, well, the good thing is our containment center is back to where it was prior to this, prior to that disastrous base bombardment of ours. And we picked up some much needed supplies. So all in all, as sloppy as Commander got at that last moment with the Aspida, I think I just relaxed too much and played a little too casual, but we still got it done. And we have revealed the location of their colony. What do you know? It's a Pandoran nest. And I don't know why this has returned to us, but I'm just going to cancel it. Oh, this is probably the second ship. So there we go. And we're going to replenish because Lord knows we can. And there you go. And we have a nest over here. And guess who I'm going to send over to the nest after we take a short little fix-up moment over here. So we're going to send the Stelios over here. And this will only improve our stamina, not our health. Although I can heal the mutoids that got hurt. So they're separate from everything else. And then the Helios, we're going to come over here for that highly damaged Aspida. And we've made our exploration site, so let's explore while we're here. And we've made it here. What I'm going to do, oh, we got some new research. That's good. Pandoran virus infection. All right, we're going to put that in the queue. The Acheron vivisection can be done now too. So guess what? We're putting in the queue. As a matter of fact, now it's tough to know what is the most important. What does this do for us? Poison was a new virus strain. Well, we don't have the resource. We don't have the time for that. I can't remember where that thread of research goes at the moment. I am going to move up the Acheron vivisection at the moment because that increases our... That's something we needed to do, is capture that guy to help move forward our story also. And I think it unlocks a mission that's going to show up is what it is. So to be quite honest, I'm not going to do the vivisection yet. I'm going to continue with increasing my satellite uplink length and all that, and keep those three in the first order still. Let me know if you think different. I never mind listening to your opinions. But we're going to heal up here until we go here. We're going to have a base attack that should happen this time in South America. And because this mission went so long, not getting the original mission we were planning on, and had to do a lot of more waiting around, searching around, looking around, we're going to stop it right here. Hope you enjoyed today's mission. And those of you with new characters, I hope you're happy we found a way to still get you some battle action. That was pretty cool that it worked out that way, and I'm happy about that. Even, you know, things don't always go as planned, right? The best laid plans of mice and men, well, this one at least worked out. This is Zigzag signing off from somewhere in this world. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I do hope to see you next time.